Mics on both
Got
sides.
mics on both sides. Coach, opening statement.
Thank you. Awesome baseball game against it's a very, very impressive Northeastern team. They are as disciplined a team as you can play against, and they're so tough to put away. And Dom had to work for every single one of those punch-outs today, as did Bodie. They're so tough, and then they had that stretch in the middle where they got the leadoff guy on, I think, 4 innings in a row. So that's a really good team that we just played, but really proud of our guys. I thought we battled. Obviously, these two were fantastic, but amazing crowd. It was unbelievable to see the stadium like that, and so many people have worked so hard to make it like that in months of planning and then on the baseball side, years of planning for that. So special day and excited to play tomorrow night.
That's questions for the student athletes. Dom, Fitz described how you had to work for some of those punch-outs. How would you describe the way you were able to get out of some of those innings when they had guys on base really early, and in one case a runner on third with no outs?
Yeah, I would say, our game plan didn't really change from the pitching side because I felt like we had a pretty good game plan going into it on how to get them out and how to attack each hitter. So I just trusted what Coach Scott kept calling and tried to hit all my spots, and it ended up working out.
Sean Kellerman with Kansas Nation. Tyson, your homer set the record here at Kansas for most in a single season. It also set the team record you guys had that you just broke last year as well. Talk about kind of that moment. I know it's a bigger deal to win the postseason game right now, but special season for you continues.
Yeah, it was an awesome feeling. Super proud of the 2 guys in front of me that hit home runs as well. It was an awesome feeling to be able to go out there and compete and put some runs on the board early. Stuck to my approach that's been working and put a good swing on it.
Jack Ritter, 24/7 Sports. Dom, you also set a single season record today. It was the strikeout record. Did you know that you were on the precipice of breaking that record today, and what was your emotions when you found that out?
No, I had absolutely no clue that I was even close to breaking that record, but it was pretty cool to hear it and got me a little bit more excited.
Tom Murphy, Arkansas Democrat, is that Dom, the steal of home, did you guys smell that out? Because your pitch was in nice position for that play.
I mean, I saw him running down the line, but I had no clue that he was going to do that before I started my windup. So, I had a changeup gripped and ready to throw the changeup. So, I was just focusing on not throwing it in the dirt and just getting it to Augie.
So it wasn't a change, you just fired it in there, huh?
Yeah, I was just hoping it didn't move. Even though I had a changeup grip, I was hoping it didn't move and went right to him.
Thanks.
Jacob Webb, University of Daly, Kansas. And for either of you guys, just how much fun was it playing in front of a crowd like that today?
That was awesome. It was everything we expected. We knew that Voegele was going to be packed out. The backyard was even better than we expected. Augie got him going pretty quick in the game, hitting one to him. Hopefully they could show up like that all weekend. That was amazing.
Henry Greenstein, Lawrence Journal World. Tyson, you guys have come through with some late insurance runs on many occasions. What happened well for you guys this time in the 8th inning after a few innings where wasn't anything going?
Yeah, we hit a few balls hard in the innings before, and they didn't fall. That inning, we finally got some base runners on, and Ballinger came up, first at bat back, went backside. That was huge for him to step up and be able to do that. And our goal is to tack on as many runs as possible in the late innings, and that's what we did. We executed.
Both players, just to see Brady come back after missing the Big 12s and also the reception he got from the fans. What's that like for you guys?
I thought it was pretty cool that he was able to bounce back as quick as he did and come out there and compete and come through in a really big moment. I thought it was super cool.
Anything else for the players? All right, you guys are excused. Questions for Coach?
Gary Bedard, KC Star. Coach, 3 home runs early, 4 singles back late. How gratifying is that, and does that show what your team is offensively?
I think so, Gary. I think they grinded through at bats, and even in the middle when we didn't score, I thought we were doing a good job of swinging at the right pitches. And the home runs early were obviously huge because they separated the score a little bit. Now they answered in the 3rd, but we answered right back. So you got to score in different ways. We scored differently than they do, but we stuck to our plan, and I think it was huge.
Mike Kaminsky, WRB Sports. How does it feel for you as a coach and for the team as a whole to grab that first win in the first ever regionals here in Lawrence?
It's huge. It's huge. I think, I'm incredibly proud of this team. These guys are unbelievable teammates, and they've been that way since August. My staff has worked so hard, literally every single day, putting this together for the past 4 years. Our administration, it's really the culmination of a lot of things. And so, yeah, very, very gratifying win. The crowd was I've said this before, I've coached in some really cool places, and that's as cool as it gets. That was absolutely, my hair stood up on my arms for about 3 hours there.
Coach Brady obviously didn't start today and then came in defensively in the seventh. Just kind of what was the thought process with that?
Brady was better today than he was yesterday, and I think time is definitely something that's helping him right now. If I knew he was going to hit a 110-mile-an-hour line drive to left, I maybe would have pushed the envelope a little more. But I came to him in the middle innings and just said, "Hey, can you go in and play high-level defense?" And he's like, "Of course I can." So at that point, trying to buy him some time, but at this point in the season, it's obviously every win is beyond critical. So proud of him. He's worked hard in a short amount of time to get back.
If the score was maybe more comfortable for you guys at that point, do you think he probably would just not played at all, or were you planning maybe to put him?
Jordan probably. I think he's a very good left fielder, and the way the ball was going to left today, he just has a lot of time out there. So, but yeah, probably if it's stretched out, maybe we try to hold him out completely. Glad it worked out where I could see him get his swing off, and good for him too to see him get the swing off.
That Foster Kasich, before you went in, you only had to throw Dom and Bodie. How important is that to kind of be able to preserve your bullpen in such a challenging regional?
Well, it was huge, and they were both fantastic. Bodie has told me daily the entire season that he's good to go, so he'll be able to bounce back. And Dom was so efficient, and again, it's so hard to be efficient against a lineup like that. I mean, I'd like to look at this 2-strike foul ball stat nationally. They have to lead the country. They're so tough there. So to use 2 pitchers tonight or today was a really big deal.
Hey Dan, Tom Murphy, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. The attempted steal of home, what was your take on that, and maybe were you fortunate that it wasn't a reviewable play?
I didn't think it was reviewable, and I thought the umpires did a really good job of checking on that. So I don't want to speak for them, but I'm fairly certain they went and asked if that's reviewable. And I think, it's tricky what's reviewable and what isn't. We had a foul tip last year at Arkansas in the regional, and it hits the dirt. It's an impossible call for the umpires to make from 120 feet away down the line. So it's hard to know what's reviewable and what isn't. So I thought the umpires did a good job of following the procedure. It's an outstanding umpire crew. When he took off, I felt good about it because Dom's quick out of the windup, and we knew he was going out of the windup, and we knew that was a possibility they would do that. But I felt good with the left-handed hitter up that we were in good shape. So I'm glad it wasn't reviewable. That's a tricky one. I think it's the tip of the plate. That if the catcher crosses the tip of the plate and back, technically he is forward. But again, it's a really hard call for an umpire. You think about all the things that are going on. It's hard to tell that one. So, like a lot of things, our sport continues to evolve, and I think more and more things will become reviewable as we move forward.
The fact that it came off of a leadoff triple and they didn't score there, how big did that loom?
Well, it was huge, and obviously it I'm trying to think of where we were at there. It was a huge spot because that leadoff triple, Tyson was on that ball in center, and it just grazed the wall. And our center field is kind of offset a little bit, so it grazed down, and that kid could fly. So I thought that was huge that we got out of there. Every run today was worth its weight in gold both ways.
On a related note, how well did you think you contained their running game, considering they didn't get a stolen base?
Well, it was the emphasis going in. Now the Big 12 prepares us for that, Henry. I mean, you think of the teams that we play against. You know, you've heard me refer to the Big 12 as the take what they give you league, and every single time that we've been slow to the plate this year, a Big 12 team has been able to take advantage of that, and vice versa. If someone's going to be slow to the plate, we'll take it too. So it took a lot of game planning. I thought that Coach Scott and Coach Holland did a tremendous job today. I thought the scout was amazing, and but that was a big deal to hold them down.
Sean Kellerman of Kansas Nation. Coach, you talk all the time about winning the strike zone. Seemed like you did that today. Don came up with strikeouts, huge situations with runners on, and then Brady. That's just one example of that looked like vintage Brady on that hit, and other guys up and down the lineup.
Yeah, and the simple math on it. First stat I look at every day. We punched out 12 and walked 1, and we struck out 8 times but walked 5. And then you throw the extra base hits in there, which was the difference today. But Coach Hancock is the best of the best, and on the offensive side, it's who we are. It's our identity, and those guys stick to it. And then Dom and Bodie they were all over it today.
Jack Ritter, 24/7 Sports. Any perspective on Tyson and Dom breaking those records today, and just what that means for them?
Dom can add to that if he wants to come back for a senior year, and Tyson can add to it too as a senior. So they've got it's really rewarding to watch your players climb to the top of lists like that. I mean, career or season punch outs, and then single season home runs. Like those are monster numbers that usually stand for a while. So couldn't happen to 2 guys, 2 better teammates, 2 better workers, 2 better Jayhawks. So yeah, incredibly proud of both of them, and proud that they're the first 2 to give the credit to their teammates, and just awesome, humble guys.
Coach, you don't know your opponent yet tomorrow, but maybe a word on Arkansas and Missouri State programs they've got.
Yeah. Well, we just saw the best 4 seed in the NCAA tournament, and we're about to see the best 2 seed play the best 3 seed. So this is just a monster regional. I have so much respect for all 3 programs in this regional. Mike Lavin is a guy that is an incredible coach, and we saw that today. Dave Van Horn needs no introduction, and Joey Hawkins has done an incredible job at Missouri State, following Keith Gutton, who I was fortunate enough to coach against for years in a DBU Missouri State rivalry. So tonight's game is 2 teams that have battled it out historically for a really long time. And our friends from Arkansas can certainly point to, there have been a couple rain delays in a couple of those, and they've played late into the night. So it's a great rivalry, and it'll be a great game tonight, and we're excited to see who we play tomorrow.
Do you know if you'll go with Mason or Matisse tomorrow, and does it maybe depend on the opponent at all?
We will go with Cookie tomorrow.
All right, anything else for Coach? Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.